get harassed, you know.
I told y'all every day.
Every day.
Every day. Either some bitch, a cop, a jealous or a Caucasian, or an Oriental, or a Mexican that can't drive, or somebody harassing me every motherfucking day.
Yeah, that's cool and everything, but is this Negro eating a whole pizza to himself? Things must have been really different in the 90s, because if you do that today, bro, you asking for a stroke.
But if I got $1 billion, you can't tell me I can't whoop now a woman I'm with. I got $1 billion? Man, I can do whatever I want because they're around me for this. And this is the other side of the coin. So you can't make me believe when he was getting high, she wasn't getting high. Come on now. He done sent her all around the world to sleep with some of the most richest and powerful men in the world.
Whoa. That gives this song a totally different definition now.
I've been. We ain't gonna stop. We don't even know how to stop. Yeah.
Okay. That joke was a low blow a little bit. Okay. But at the same time, was it though?
I ran into Troy Ave. He was at a fight. I was at the fight. I seen him. He had his baby in his hand.
Vegas, right?
Vegas.
Right.
Did you see the footage?
Yes, I did.
I didn't want no smoke.
Right. That's real.
I don't want no smoke.
That's real.
And we got to understand what real beef is and what like having a discrepancy is. Me and him had what I felt like is a discrepancy. I'm not looking for you, man. In fact, I'm trying to find a way to say this without feeling like it's disrespectful. If I'm beefing with and I see how far he willing to take it, I don't want no smoke with him. If I'm beefing with any and I understand that he's willing to get on the stand and point on it and demonstrate on it, he's a stronger man than me. I don't want to smoke with him because where we come from, if we call it that, either we gonna do what? We can only do two things with him. Either you gonna do something about him or you gonna leave him alone. So in that instance, I don't want no smoke with you, brother. Live your life. You got a beautiful family. Do your thing.
Without getting into a deep dive about those two gentlemen, the creepy part about that is we all let the streets, us street people, we let the streets, we let the inner city, we let poverty dictate to us what was real, what was fake. And at the end of the day, it really only helped the prison population and the privateers who are in the prison population. Yes, prison is money. Yeah, they're not just locking up the criminals, the people who do bad stuff. They also locking you up because it's about some money for them. You know, the system has to get fed so everybody can get paid and go home and have their jobs and have their wives, and because those evil people are dating, right? You don't get it messed up. He got a wife. If he don't pay for that yacht, she leaving with another dude who can make his yacht payments. That's just the way of the world. We're not mad at you women. We saying as men, we understand it takes something to have your hand. And shout out to you, ma'am, who you realized I'm only getting older. Let me stop playing and just marry this dude. Who else am I going to talk about Star Wars and conspiracies with? Speaking of that,
I'm a conspiracy theorist, and here are some things that I will not be teaching my children. That ancient Egypt was in modern day Egypt. Instead, we will have a lesson on the Grand Canyon and why a majority of it is blocked off to the public. That we built buildings like this with hammer and chisel. Instead, we'll have a lesson on Tartarian architecture, the world fairs, and how our entire history is a lie. That a comet took out the dinosaurs. Instead, we will have a lesson on dinosaurs being make-believe and how museums are used to cover up what really existed. That raw milk is dangerous. Instead, we will have a lesson on how pasteurization destroys nutrients, eliminates enzymes, and makes milk a dead food.
there are definitely some pluses to technology because you could not make a personal ad like this in the 1900s. Wait, you didn't realize these was personals ads?
Bless your heart.
Yes, these women out here are lonely.
Don't kill the messenger.
Let's keep going.
Before World War II kicked off, there was tons of writing on the wall of what was coming. And people just kept thinking to themselves, that can't happen here. It can't get that bad, can it?
Are you trying to tell me something?
So the writing on the wall for Americans is that we are transitioning into something new. We will never go back to what we were. And so you either need to be a part of creating the new America, or you need to start thinking about where else you're gonna go. Because the America we knew before no longer exists, and it will never come back. This is new America now. So you either take part in it or you leave.
Every American sitting at home right now needs to realize that you are paying for a genocide.
Rise up! Rise up, America! Rise up! It is time to take back this country from these corrupt politicians. It is time. It is beyond time. Thank you for your service.
Men are a lot more passive. In my experience, they're a lot more passive. They're looking for why.
Yeah, why and how? Maybe better
how?
Yeah.
How?
Jail.
One, like I said, they don't take initiative. Like gone are the days where a man would be like, "Hey, you know, I think you're beautiful. I wanna get to know you."
Courting.
I'm planning. Yeah, courting. They don't court anymore, right?
True, but you also don't know how to be courted.
Aha!
You don't have any social skills. Yeah, that died with Generation X. Shout out to us. We had to court. We had to know how to talk. Girls had to know how to listen. They had to know how to negotiate with you dudes because she had a lot of male callers. Is she going to actually pick up the phone for? Shout out to you Generation X women. Shout out to us Generation X men. But continue what you were saying, Love Jones.
That's number one.
Because they don't want to go.
Yeah.
To court.
Number two.
With all the professional athletes getting taken to the fucking bank by a lot of some of these women, scallywags, you know, divorcing to get money, getting babies to get money, that leaves a big impression. Like, God, if I see a pretty girl, is she pretty and is she trying to take me, or does she have her own? Like, does she have her own? She isn't about that. It's like what we see on TV it leaves a stain in society. Like, I'm afraid of these women now.
Because I wonder how does that culture change? Like, and do you feel like the culture has changed so much, like the pendulum has swung so far to one side that it's produced a lot of the passive men? Because I think a lot of men, like, if you come on strong and be like, oh man, he was aggressive, or he's toxic, or he's like, so there's this like, where's the give?
No, it's not black and white. It's not like either you come off strong, you're a man, or you're toxic. Like
I just got to stop you right there, sweet thing, because the country needs for the men to be weak when they attack them. Psych. That's never going to happen here in America. America would not attack us. So what do you talk? Well, definitely they wasn't attacking Generation X. They didn't want those problems with us. This is why you got X, because this is the last generation that we're going to make like this. We cannot have them wilding out. They making some wild out. No. This new generation, they're going to talk about sex and depression. That's better. And then their kids, their great grandkids will attack them.
Are you outside of your mind?
But that's a dystopian AI movie. That's not real. Let's keep going.
This is the same playbook as the 1890s World Fair McKinley tariffs combination. So people can look into 1890s to 1893. It's the exact same playbook. You had tariffs, you had farmers go under, you had gold and silver go through the roof, and then you have this crazy time that occurs with it. And for people to be aware, Trump quoted McKinley like as his ideas. So people should be aware of, like, they're telling you the playbook, like, type of thing. And silver right now is at $90 an ounce. This is the highest silver has ever been, and it is only going to keep going up because of the fact that the Federal Reserve System is printing money right now. It's called quantum easing, and they're printing money like crazy. And what happens is this is the same thing they did during 2020. They're trying to balance the inflation, which they caused the inflation. There's really no access to getting more silver. So people should look into this. All of the trade deals for people getting silver, this is why when you go to places like a bullion, you go on like a bullion website, you go to silver and you just see sold out. every single bullion, every single everything.
That's why they placed an eye in a triangle. Not because it represents Satan or Lucifer, but because it represents the three ways the soul expresses its energy.
I would believe that, except for the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said the Antichrist would have one of his eyes would be something wrong with it. And also every prophet that God sent, we're talking about Moses and everybody in between that, before and in between that, told their people about the Antichrist. But the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, I'm going to tell you something that nobody told their followers, which is his eye will be messed up. He'll have one eye that's like a floating grape. So it's creepy that a person would say that, and this one eye thing is here, and people are trying to explain that.
Through thought, emotion, and action, the brain, the heart, and the physical body. If you think randomly, it will lead to random emotions and actions. You need to stay conscious of your thoughts, emotions, and actions in order to create a reality that you want. That's why there is an eye in the middle. The eye is open, representing staying aware. Staying aware of your thoughts, emotions, and actions is what leads to conscious creation. Most people act, think, and feel randomly, and randomly create their reality, and wonder why there is so much chaos. These are your three powers that you hold 100% control over. If you try and control anything else but these three powers, you are breaking natural law.
The link to this book is pinned in the comments. It's called The Revival of Wisdom. Remember what I say about books.
Well, don't believe everything you read in books.
Well, I didn't say I read just one book. I try to read all the books on a subject. I'll try to get all the facts and then decide for myself what really happened.
Mm-hmm. Get all the facts, huh? Yeah, that's smart.
If you're traveling the most dangerous road in America, aka I-40, don't fall for this one simple trick or you might disappear forever, especially if you're a single woman traveling alone. This is exactly what they want you to fall for and how they will capture you.
You could though. You could just get married though. You don't have to. You might want to consider it. Maybe don't. You know, Heil feminism. I feel you though. But continue, Dexter, telling us.
If you did not know it, Interstate 40 is home to up to 500 active serial killers. I'm going to show you what they're going to do to try to trick you. They're going to find your vehicle at a gas station or a rest stop, and they're going to pull the windshield wiper up like that right there. Sometimes they'll do both sides, but mostly they're just going to do that driver's side. And then they're going to hide somewhere like this right over here in those woods in the darkness. Now, when you get back into your vehicle from wherever you were coming from, like a gas station or a rest stop, a lot of people actually will not notice that windshield wiper. And you're going to sit down right here in your driver's seat, and before you take off, you're going to notice that windshield wiper's there. Now, they are already watching you. They know you're alone. Okay, that's why they chose your windshield wiper when you pulled into the parking lot. What this is doing is it's getting you seated in your vehicle with your keys in here, because they want to take your vehicle, not theirs. A lot of times, these people actually work in pairs, okay? So they've got another vehicle that's going to follow this vehicle once they take it. Now, once you notice this windshield wiper's up, you've got your keys on you. A lot of times you might have already started this car. What people mostly do will open this door, and they're going to lean forward and try to push this thing down without even getting out of the car. Now, what you've done is you've started your car, you have the door open, and you're halfway in your car. They're going to rush over, push you in, and then they're going to take off. And no one, and I mean no one, will ever hear from you ever again. They're mostly going to try to set up in places around like Arkansas and Oklahoma where there's big stretches of nothingness and big stretches of no cell phone service. There's also a huge stretch between Memphis and Nashville that is a prime hunting ground because it's about an hour and a half between each major city, and it is just pure darkness. There's no street lights out there. There's almost no cell reception. It is the perfect hunting ground for a serial killer. I am not one of the serial killers. I am not trying to tell you how to watch out for my competition so I can get you all to myself. That is not what I'm doing in these videos. I'm trying to raise awareness. Don't fall for these tricks.
The Sphere in Las Vegas is what happens when art, technology, and $2.3 billion team up to completely redefine live entertainment. This futuristic marvel stands 366 feet tall and 516 feet wide, making it the largest spherical structure on Earth. Inside, 16K resolution visuals wrap around you on a curved screen bigger than 3 football fields combined, while groundbreaking 3D audio technology pumps sound directly to every seat, no matter where you sit. The entire building even vibrates with the bass, making the show feel like it's moving through your body. From mind-bending illusions to full sensory storytelling, the Sphere isn't just a concert venue. It's like stepping inside another dimension. It's not just a show. It's an experience you'll be telling people about for the rest of your life.
I thought it was AI until I realized, no, it could be real. That's why they brought out AI to disguise everything. But then I said, wait a minute, you know what? They got shoes that you could buy like this, and everybody's trying to be down. This was not no real Satanist. Whatever.
They always put it right in your face. Don't you guys know what this actually was? And yeah, I'm blocking out some of it just because how vulgar it was. Just wait until I tell you what you actually just saw. So the entire Grammys was a homage to that island guy. Not just him, but the system they all created. And don't be naive, he's still here. I'll show you in a minute. She's wearing a human skin clothing. Do you see the latches on the side? That's exactly what this is supposed to be. Hadn't y'all seen the parties? Completely unrelated, I wonder if any of them have shoes back there. Justin Bieber performing in his underwear. You think that's an accident? Do you not understand what this is? The whole time, people have idolized these celebrities. They have never understood that you are watching people who are literally being tortured. It's sick amusement for the elite, all being in the stage, watching the people on stage who have terrible things happen to them. And the cycle goes on and on. That's why Jay-Z left. And speaking of celebrities, before we talk about the Island Man, we've seen a bunch of exposing allegedly done by Nicki Minaj. But my thing is why they keep saying, oh, the devilish Democrats and not the whole elite system. It's like when the Kirk thing happened, everyone's like, oh, those dirty people on the left. Last I checked, all left and right were all in the files, weren't they? And now we get to this Island Man. There's been so many sightings of him since he passed away. Not to mention a 4chan writer literally came out of nowhere and said that he was positive that he had gotten switched with someone else the day before he passed away. Not to mention the picture evidence we have. And then don't even get me started on the autopsy. But there's no actual way he got switched, right? Even the files themselves prove they're not being truthful with us. It says that they didn't think he unalived himself. But remember what I just said about the autopsy and the pictures of him being around still? Then we get into the obvious evidence that he started Bitcoin and in a certain country bought like 70% of the supply years ago. All the way to this stuff. Look, this is not left or right. This is all politicians and all powerful people on this earth know him. This is bigger than you can imagine. And the Grammy was a great celebration in his honor. Like when Lady Gaga came out and started doing witchcraft in front of everybody. I won't even play the video. Don't forget this one thing. There's a reason for everything. By the way, completely unrelated. You remember when California burnt down and we had Tom Hanks in those documents and his house, a whole bunch of houses were burnt down. Unrelated, all the things in the house are gone now. Just like Diddy when he knew they were coming beforehand. People have got to wake up. I don't know if Nicki's being genuine, but what I can tell you, this is certainly not the left. It's all of them.
I can't believe that racism is a real thing and people adhere to it when we know this stuff exists.
Bro won the argument with silence. What's this?
Women are usually considered to be more talkative than men.
Oh, this just in.
We need a study for this.
2-year study finds women say more words than men.
And they start after 5 o'clock.
Yeah. So we're holding it in all day, and then at the end of the day, they just all come spilling out.
Yes.
And you can't take it anymore.
Every single thought.
Why can't you just answer the questions and engage in, like, the words exist. You could talk back and then things would even out. But we have to make up for the silence and the one-word answers, which are dumb.
There is no space for the man to interject interject.
And another thing, Dina, I'm just thinking that.
I think you're wrong about that because and oftentimes we set up a story. So I went to the store. I had to make a return.
Right.
I went to make the return. The guy, the line was too long. So then I went to the other store.
Then what happened, girl?
And then the light came on in my car. What? And I didn't know what to do about it. So what do you think I should do?
What?
And this is the problem.
Right.
So we keep going because,
Did you hear what I said?
If he died halfway through the story, he's asleep.
Right.
What's happening? Do you feel that this study is true with us?
I feel like I don't use that many words.
I agree.
I agree with you. You ladies are perfect.
The creepy part is us men with all of these scientific technological advancements don't realize this is female behavior. They're not gonna change, man. You just have to find your way to maneuver around that to keep your sanity intact. Don't strangle her. That ain't the way. Because you love her at the end of the day. But what do I know? I'm just married for 17 years.
I always said that billionaires knew the truth. They said that the title of their series should be Jesus is a Trick on Niggas. They got y'all. They got y'all. But y'all won't believe it. You'll keep believing in that shit. You can be submissive. But they know the truth. And this is the reason why they do the horrific things they do. Because they know there's no such thing. They know this shit is fake. They know they're not going to hell for their sins. God's gonna have the last word. They laughing at us. They know they won't pay any consequences to what they've done to those kids in their afterlife because there is no such thing.
So I've already explained the reasons for why everyone needs to just stop looking into these Epstein files. But you also need to stop watching people's videos who are talking about what's in the Epstein files. And this fella right here is a perfect example of why. Now he's trying to sell you on World War III starting in 6 days, which would be on the day of the Super Bowl. Would actually make sense at first glance considering that the nuclear treaty between the US and Russia ends on the 5th. And there's been no talk of negotiations yet to replace that treaty. The document says we need to discuss World War III. The investors want to know if we're still planning February 2026. Except for one thing. This document doesn't exist. This is not a document that's on the Epstein files. I checked. It's actually very easy to check when you can type in things like February 8th and nothing comes up. But his stupidity doesn't end there. He then proceeds to change the words of an existing document. This document actually exists, except he changed the last sentence. And let's discuss Iran and how BlackRock is investing in nuclear. Now here's the correct document with what it actually says, and let's discuss Ukraine. Now why would he be trying to sell people on nuclear war starting on the 8th?
This means it could easily do 100x. Meaning if you were to put $1,000 right now, you could make $100,000. Personally, I'm doing everything I can to purchase as much beam before World War III begins.
Oh, because he wants you to spend $1,000 on nuclear stock or digital coin, whatever the fuck that was. You see now why I talk so much about controlled opposition and accounts you can and can't trust? This is why. Now this is either a controlled opposition bot account attempting to make you panic and spend money, or it's a person of extremely low intelligence, incapable of critical thinking and doing basic research. But as I said in my previous video, stop reading into these Epstein files. It's unhealthy for your mind, and it's just another manipulation tactic.
This viewer left this comment. Call yourself Gen X and then neglect to mention Nucleus or Eazy-E? Whatever, bro. To that, I say...
Oh, well, allow me to retort. Actually, the title gangster rap doesn't even really exist. Because real gangsters don't rap. Gangsters... well, maybe, I would go more into the idea of gangster record companies. If the real gangsters out here are the ones who own the gangster rapper. And to me, I don't know enough about the quarrel between Eazy-E and Dr. Dre to even jump into that. But what I will say is that the true gangster is the one that owns the gangster rapper. And if there is some validity to what you're saying, then I would say the true gangster would probably be right here. On another level, I go more into business. Gangster's about business. It's like business rap. It's not even gangster rap. It's business rap. If you look at some of these record companies that's out, and I'm not going to say no names because I'm doing a lot of business with a lot of you people, but what I will say is that a lot of these companies at the highest level are gangsters themselves. And if you want to get rid of gangster rap,
First, you got to get rid of the gangster record company. And I'll just cut it off right there.
Okay, now that you know that, let's go further down the conspiracy rabbit hole with this.
What's that right there, big bro? Like, that's a subscriber?
Oh, yeah. So basically, he just paid for the stream and watch it with no ads.
The ads, you get money for the ads.
I get money for the ads.
So you run the ads, big bro?
Yeah, I run the ads. If somebody not subscribing, I'll run the ads.
Yeah, and what was you saying about OBS?
OBS. It's right here, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can switch.
This is that me.
To console stream, desktop stream.
Okay, that's why you need 2 screens.
Yeah, that's why you need 2 screens.
Hey, big bro,
you know
man, you smart as hell, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't gonna lie, I'll kill some shit behind you, bro. I'll kill some shit behind you, bro.
I appreciate that, man.
Dead ass, I'm not playing. Y'all see my eyes?
Hey, that's come from Jay Rich himself, chat. What's up? Yes, sir.
It's blood right here, man.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you coming on the stream for real,
You
man.
already know, bro. I'm here whenever you say so, bro.
Oh my mother. Gosh, Shaq. That was the funniest shit.
Let's see something that's even funnier.
What kind of shirt is that, bro? Shh. Something's up. I don't know. Why does he look so lost? Like he doesn't even know where to go, guys. Something is up with Kai Cenat, bro. For real. Not only that, guys, he met up with Pharrell. You know what this means. They've been warming him up before the main event. Shh. Shut up. That's right. He met up with Drizzy Drake. Who's this? Huh? Who is this right here? That's the main question. And Kai smiling? I don't know about this because ain't nothing funny. Look at him right here, guys, holding his journal, watching his back. Who is he looking out for? Doesn't he have security with him? Shh, don't say it. It was all good a few months ago when he was doing Streaming University, guys. What has happened to Kai Cenat, bro? What in the world is this about? Look at Lil Yachty's hand. Huh? Everybody's dressed up except Kai. Why does he have on a towel? What the? Shh. To be honest with you, nothing's going on because this video is for entertainment purposes only. And Kai is just networking, doing what he usually does. At this point, I don't know anything, guys. Let me know what's going on with him.
I'll tell you what's going on with him.
You ever been with the black guy?
Yes.
Have a great night. God bless. What the fuck are you talking about? Have you ever been with a black guy? Give me a few minutes. Close the door, please. You don't understand, brother. When you go black, you can't go back. I'm so serious. I'm telling you right now, when a girl gets with a black guy, it's done. It's over.
This is a streamer teaching hate, but it's a joke, though, right? It's just not what happened was we fell for the okie doke. I do not mean to be making these things rhyme like that, but we did. We as in everybody. We fell for the okie doke. It's new. It's out of the ordinary. It's rather extraordinary. It's kumbaya. It's a black president. All of that. And anyone who doesn't like it, they're just jerks, I guess. But this streamer just said what he said.
You guys have so much aura, bro. Like, there's something about y'all, bro. The weight, like your presence, the little shoulder thing you were telling me about, everything, bro. It's different, bro. You don't understand, bro. You're making it hard for the rest of us. But I'm saying, what are you asking? Because you're the experience of life. What you gonna go from a 10-incher to a 2-incher? Like, no. You have 2 inches? Obviously, like, I'm dragging it, maybe like 5, but still, like.
Alright, you don't have to tell me your meat size.
Can you sit here, please? This is fucking stressful.
The idea that your local Freemason lodge is running the world is a low IQ conspiracy theory. If we were to construct a true secret society iceberg, Freemasonry wouldn't even pierce the water. At your average state college, you will find way more powerful fraternities, with big social networks and alumni connections. Next, it gets actually secretive in the initiatory sense. The SRIA, the OTO, the original Victorian-era Golden Dawn. Next, you will find your Harvard Finals Clubs. These are Ivy League secret societies where you might find your next senator or official ambassador. Then we have the Yale secret societies like Scroll and Key and the famous Skull and Bones, where you might find the next president. Finally, you have your ancient and royal orders, like the Knights of Malta. and at the very bottom the royal orders, like the Order of the Garter and the Order of the Golden Fleece, where you will find kings and emperors.
I find that interesting because
secret that no Masons could share is no member is ever allowed to reveal any secrets about any other brother if doing so might cost that brother his life or property. The old charges also spelled out very clearly who was allowed to become a Freemason and who wasn't. First of all, they only recruited men, so automatically women were just excluded from the beginning, from the get-go. Sorry, ladies, go join like a lacrosse team or something. You know, like basically recreating their own religion. They wanted to further some type of progressive agenda and kind of deviate from the religion of old. So, you know, they had these ideas of equality and tolerance, and, you know, that didn't include women though, or bondsmen, or in like the children of slaves. Basically, you know, you had to be of high society to be able to afford this membership fee. So for hundreds of years, the Freemasons and their lodges all across Great Britain would meet in complete secrecy. And they would gather to discuss spiritual questions and moral issues and philosophical ideas about the day, and they kept everything secret from outsiders. Now, this secrecy became really valuable and just completely fundamental to the Freemasonic worldview. And they became so obsessed with keeping their activities hidden that there was, you know, actually good reason for a lot of this obsession. They believed that their lives and even the lives of their families would be at risk if the secret got out. And so because the stakes were so high, these early Masons created these special oaths of secrecy. And these oaths were incredibly serious. They basically said that if any member revealed the Brotherhood's secrets, they themselves would be killed. And that was basically the punishment for breaking your oath. It was literally a death sentence.
How did you get us out of that? How the did we not get in an accident right there?
because I know how to drive. That's what it's called. That's what it looks like. Seems as if you made a good choice in marrying me. Good for you. Good for you. You, way to go, Mom.
How'd you do that?
I don't know. Just did it. This is not prophecy, but prediction. If this was predicted 27 years ago, somebody knew something. Okay, here's the list. This is an abbreviated list. I could have made it much longer. You know I can. I didn't. Okay, you ready for the list? Fast mutating viral disease pandemics. Genetically developed vaccines. DNA database tracking. DNA chips. Get this one. 1997. Gene-based pharmaceuticals. Transmitting genetic instructions for a disease process. How about this one? You ready for it? Wait for it. Artificial intelligence to determine gene patterns. 27 years ago, who had heard about AI? Apparently they had. How about this one? Robots for doing genome sequencing. And then, this one blew me away. Using recombinant DNA for making spike proteins. 1997? It gets even worse. Smart homes. They have a whole chapter on smart homes / smart cities. This one will absolutely floor you. It did me. In 1997, and this is, you can do the word search and research yourself. They predicted, not 2025, but by 2020, that people would be working from home virtually. Come on. Nuclear devices causing widespread contamination. Nanotech devices. This stuff was never even heard of. Digital currency. And last but certainly not least, vaccination programs. I'm sorry, I got to chuckle, because if I don't, I'll cry. Vaccination programs run by organizations like the World Health Organization for a global killer that has yet to emerge. First printing, February 1997.
Yeah, none of that was a prediction. It was a proclamation. This is what we're going to do. Like the book 1984. Hey, this is what we're going to do. We've got the technology. We're just waiting to put it into place. Allegedly. Allegedly. I don't know that that's true. How would I know? I'm nobody.
All that fame and fortune, Cashapp talking about he depressed now.
It was the perfect day to be transparent and honest with you guys. A few days ago, I spread awareness on mental health and how important it is to take care of yourself. And honestly, for the past few months, I've been struggling with mental health out of self-doubt and fright of pursuing goals that I really want to achieve. And the reason I really been in my head is because I just wanted to do more. I've gained to realize that I'm a true creator and I'm very passionate.
Do more, do more. You gotta understand something, bro. Nobody can satisfy that deep void within your own soul of you wanting to do anything to be famous, and you wanting to be more famous, do more, and feel more satisfied. A lot of humans be going through this too, because I see people like, oh, I'll go to work and I want to be home. I'm home, I want to go to work. But Phantom told us that God got y'all through. Which God are y'all talking about?
When people ask me how do you do it, that's why I say, well, yeah, I worked hard, but God had a lot to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot to do with it, like a lot, like so much, damn near, if not all. You feel me? Because without him, I don't know if I would have continued. I was so far gone. I was so gone, bro. And it just brought me to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm forever thankful. I'm forever grateful. And that's why I'm always talking about it. I'm always mentioning it. You know what I'm saying?
Then he said he ain't forcing religion on nobody, right? Listen, don't let these folks fool you, man. They serving these Baal deities, bro. And now Cashapp is realizing that he is a pawn in their game, bro, and it's too late.
As of today, January 29, 2026, the average ATM withdrawal limit across major U.S. banks has been quietly reduced.
That might not seem like a big deal on its face, but we do know, or we've been told, some of us, that they're going to freeze the money on a Friday and then you can't get to your money. But maybe that's not what it is. I'm just being a hypochondriac. Let's keep going.
Just 2 years ago, the average limit was $1,000 per day. Today, it is between $500 and $800 depending on your bank and account type. PNC Bank has a limit of $500 for standard checking accounts. Bank of America ranges from $700 to $1,000 depending on account tier. Chase has reduced its standard limit to $800. Wells Fargo caps most accounts at $700. US Bank is at $500 for new accounts. Think about what this means in practice. If you need $2,000 in cash for an emergency, you cannot get it from an ATM. You have to go into a branch during business hours.
Well, you know, other than that being inconvenient, that's not a big deal. I mean, we've got Rocket Money, Rocket Cash, PayPal, Cashapp, Venmo, Zelle. I mean, I don't know. Well, just finish. I'm listening for the conspiracy here.
When you go into the branch and request $2,000, the teller is required to ask you what the money is for. They are required to log the reason. They are required to submit documentation if the amount seems inconsistent with your normal banking activity. You're being interrogated for accessing your own money. And here is where it gets even more insidious. Multiple banks have begun implementing what they call cash delivery delays for large withdrawals. If you want to withdraw more than $5,000 in cash, you now have to call ahead and give the bank 24 to 72 hours notice. They claim this is for security reasons, to make sure they have enough cash on hand. The real reason is to give them time to evaluate whether they want to allow the withdrawal at all. Because under current banking regulations, if a withdrawal is deemed suspicious, if it raises red flags in their system, the bank can refuse to complete the transaction and file a suspicious activity report without ever telling you why. Let me tell you what happened to a small business owner in Ohio just last week. I have seen the documentation. This is a real case. The owner needed $12,000 in cash to purchase equipment from a private seller. He called his bank, Chase, and requested the withdrawal. The bank told him they needed 3 business days' notice. He said fine and scheduled the withdrawal for the following Monday. On Monday, he arrived at the branch to pick up the cash. The branch manager informed him that the withdrawal had been flagged by their compliance department and that he would need to provide documentation proving the purpose of the withdrawal. He showed them the bill of sale for the equipment. They said they needed to verify the legitimacy of the seller. He provided the seller's business license and tax ID. They said they would need to hold the withdrawal pending additional review. No time frame was given. No explanation was provided. His money was being held hostage and there was nothing he could do about it. This is not an isolated incident. This is becoming standard operating procedure. Banks are using anti-money laundering regulations, know your customer requirements, and suspicious activity reporting as weapons to control access to cash. And they are doing it with the full backing of federal regulators. Now let me show you why this matters right now. Let me connect this to what is happening in the precious metals markets, because this is where the government's desperation becomes undeniable. As of 8 o'clock this morning, Eastern Time, January 29, 2026, silver is trading at $118.04 per ounce. Let me put that in perspective for you. 1 year ago, on January 29, 2025, silver was trading at $30.43 per ounce. That is an increase of 274% in exactly 1 year. This is not normal market behavior. This is not a bull market. This is a panic stampede out of paper currency and into hard assets. People who understand what is happening are converting their dollars into physical metal as fast as they possibly can because they know the paper is dying. And silver is not alone. Gold as of this morning is trading at $5,537.92 per ounce. 1 year ago, it was $2,763. That is almost exactly double. A 100% gain in 1 year for the world's oldest store of value. When gold doubles in a year, when silver goes up 274% in a year, that is not because people suddenly decided precious metals are pretty. That is because people are fleeing the dollar. That is because the smart money, the informed money, the institutional money, is getting out of paper and into physical assets before the door closes. And the door is closing. That is what the withdrawal restrictions are really about. The government knows that if people wake up all at once, if even 10% of Americans decide they want to pull their money out of banks and convert it to cash or gold or silver, the entire system collapses immediately. The banks do not have the money. They never did. It is a fractional reserve system. For every dollar you think you have in your account, the bank only holds 10 cents in actual reserves. The rest has been loaned out, invested, leveraged, hypothecated. And if everyone asks for their money at the same time, the math does not work. This is why they are implementing withdrawal limits now, before the crisis, before the panic. They are setting up the infrastructure of capital controls while people are still calm, while people are still trusting.
Do you see why I can't put this on YouTube? It's boring, and it's too informative. And we're not here to inform people. We're here to entertain you.
I want you to listen to this and then tell me what you hear. Okay, ready? Okay. What do you hear?
Alien, like...
Just like robots, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna play you another sound. It's gonna change you forever.
Okay.
Ready?
It was a sunny day and the children were going to the park.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you heard that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna replay the other sound.
Okay.
And tell me what you hear.
Oh!
You hear the voice now! You hear the voice now!
How do you know I was just manipulated?
That was the original audio.
Oh, that was the... Are you sure,
That's
though?
the original audio. I can play the beginning.
Let me try it again.
Okay, ready?
Okay. I hear it.
And you hear it.
I hear it.
And you can never not hear it anymore. So what this does, it changes your brain because it gave you more information. And now you're subconsciously listening, and it's hinting at those noises for you to listen.
Crazy.
Now, this is where it gets scary.
Okay.
Because that's exactly what's being played to us every single day.
What you
with
mean?
Music, with news, with media.
I never liked Tupac until I like songs like Keep Your Head Up. That was cool, you know what I'm saying? But Keep Your Head Up wasn't what Mobb Deep was doing. Mobb Deep was on some gangster shit, you know what I'm saying? So you got Keep Your Head Up, alright, cool. And I know he had his hardcore records back then too, but we wasn't into that. That's the truth. Nobody was like into that in our neighborhood. So I actually didn't start liking Pac until he started dissing us. Like with Hit 'Em Up and Hail Mary. Those were records that were more like Mobb Deep records. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I started, oh, this nigga got some shit. He going at us. I like this shit right here. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Prodigy's wrong because Hail Mary is nothing like how Pac's early stuff sounded. In fact, that song, to me, the beat, it sounded like a creepy talk beat. For real, for real. And those are the types of beats that Prodigy having them was rapping on. If I really think about it.
Guys, we have a problem. Shit just got real. I just got a letter in the mail from a big record label telling me specifically who I should stop talking about. Now, I was told not to say which record label or there would be repercussions. Now, what I don't understand is how they got my address. That's what I don't understand. And they know my full name. This is the letter. Let me just break down the names they told me not to speak on. P. Diddy, Usher, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Drake, Travis Scott, Oprah, Taylor Swift, Kanye West. Now, before we go any further, I just want to let them know that this is for entertainment purposes only. We was just having fun here, laughing, making jokes. I didn't mean nothing I said. They said if I don't stop, they're gonna pay me a visit, which means that they've been watching my page for a long time. TikTok is for entertainment purposes only. Nobody send me no letters. The only people that send me letters are the bill collectors. Now, I don't know what you want from me. I'm just a poor guy doing videos in a shelter. I'm not rich, as you can see. I barely have clothes. What I didn't like is that they said that there's gonna be a problem if I keep doing this. Well, if there's gonna be a problem, I got the solution. You know True Story don't play that. And I feel disrespected that they sent this letter to my house telling me who I could talk about. I can say whatever I want. We only got one life to live, and I'm gonna live it the way I want. Will I stop? Maybe. But I tell you one thing, guys, they have my full name and my address, so I will have to proceed with caution. They gave me a phone number to call. They said to call at 3 a.m. Pacific time. I'm not calling you. I'm trying to tap my number. Guys, pray for me, because I don't know how long this is gonna last. I gotta go.
Thank you to my channel members. We said thank you. Ha! To my channel members. No Diddy when I say member. Thank you to my channel members. Fuck you if you're not a member. Nah, I'm just kidding. But seriously, join. Thank you